James II's wife was Queen Mary. She was his second wife. His first one had died after giving him 2 girls. So there was a real requirement for this new, very beautiful Princess Mary of Modena to be brought into England and be delivered of a son as soon as possible. Unfortunately, she suffered from fertility problems. We don't know what at this distance, but she did not conceive a son for her husband for many years. And everyone who was Protestant and everyone who disliked the Stuart line started to hope that James would die without having a son and heir. He was a very poor husband to this very beautiful, very talented, very lovable young woman. She was a Roman Catholic, brought up in the courts of France. She missed her mother dreadfully for most of the time that she was Queen of England, and she spent a lot of time almost in exile in Edinburgh in the court of Scotland when the Stuarts were so unpopular that James couldn't even live in his own capital. And after they came to the throne, their popularity still didn't improve. So she always, I think, had this sense of being there on sufferance. She was a second wife. Her stepdaughters were almost consistently horrible to her, and she had to live in a court where her husband's very loud, very brash, very vulgar mistress organised the games and the gambling and the parties, and I think Mary always felt completely out of place. She's known to English history hardly at all because she's a queen who's ultimately has to flee the throne. So people don't talk about her very much, and she wasn't politically very effective, but she did do the one thing she was required to do, in that she did give birth relatively late in her marriage to a healthy boy. Immediately, the Protestant enemies of the Stuarts, the lords, the Protestant preachers, the churches, quite a lot of the army, most of the navy, immediately declared that this was a warming pan baby, a baby smuggled into the Queen's childbed in a warming pan by a papist midwife. And this legend of the warming pan baby has literally survived through the years, even though we now know, having done DNA tests on the Stuarts, that the baby she gave birth to was genuinely a Stuart.